Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. So today, as you can see here, I have the new Nomad Ghost Town USA palette. I am so excited. So this packaging is so cool because it has this little flip to it. But here is what the palette comes in, this gorgeous box. And then you unpack that and you get this gorgeous packaging. And then the color story of this, you guys, I am so obsessed with this. I don't think there is a bad color in here, and I am so excited to test this out. So this palette does come with 18 shades. I have not tried an 18 pan palette from Nomad yet. I usually get their 15 pan palettes, but immediately when I saw this, I knew I was going to want to pick it up. So this is one of their 18 pan palettes. It does retail for $49, and I am just so excited to test this out. I have already done swatches with this, which I will insert a little clip of, and I was just blown away by the quality of just the swatches themselves. So very excited to get some of these shades on my eyes. I have a couple ideas for some looks for this video. I'm going to see if I can get both of them up. So if I can do both of them, I am going to focus more on this half for one of them and this half for the other. I think if you kind of split up these halves of this palette, you kind of get your more neutral half and more greeny blue half. So I think this is a really nice kind of introduction to color palette just from looking at it so far, because you definitely still have your neutrals. It is more of a cool tone palette, which I have really been getting into lately, so everything about this palette was just right up my alley, and I'm so excited to test this out. I'm so excited for fall spooky season, and this is just bringing those vibes, so I am so happy about that. So without any more rambling, we can just get right into the first look. Alright, let's get you all right up close and personal with my eye here. And the first shade we are going to start with is this lightest green matte shade over here. This one is called Ghost Town. I love all of the names and the little imprints that are in these shades. It's so cute. So I'm going to start with this shade just right in this very, very inner portion of my crease here. And I don't want this to go any farther than kind of this first little third here. So just going to focus, build it up, blend it out. You guys know the drill. This is showing up a lot more pigmented than I was expecting, but we like pigment, so not mad about that. And I'm just kind of working it into this inner corner as well. Just really focusing right in this inner portion of the eye. Alright, then I want to take Skinner's Saloon. And this one is going to kind of focus right in the outer portion and blended with that green. So I want to start with pretty small amounts and work it kind of just above the crease, I guess. I don't want it to go too much down into the crease at the moment. And once again, just work on blending upwards, blending with the green, all of that. All right, then we're gonna start deepening this look with Calamity Jane. I feel like when I swatched these shades out, this shade and the darker blue looked pretty similar. So I kind of want to see how they perform together and if one does add more depth than the other. So just starting with this slightly lighter one and working it deeper in the crease here kind of where I didn't put that previous shade is where this one is going in the crease. And I'm stopping most of these right when I reach the green shade. This one I'm going to try and put the majority of the product more in the outer portion and kind of just let the lighter blue shade be the blending between the greens and the blues. I will add more depth with this shade, but I think I want to leave it there for now and move on to the next one. Alright, then Dead Man's Hand is next, and we are going to focus this one even more in this outer corner and bringing it onto the lid as well. Hoping this one adds some nice depth, and I'm going to go kind of at an angle towards my lashes. So we have like a diagonal section left open on the lid. So now I'm just going back in with a little bit more of Calamity Jane and blending this with the Dead Man's Hand shade. I don't want this to get too blended out, but just go over these edges slightly. And I do have to say these shades look pretty similar on the eyes as well. The one is slightly darker than the other, but I kind of would have liked to see a little more variation, but they do work really nicely together, which I do enjoy. Alright, then the next shade I want to take is that Calico California shade right there. And I am going to pick this up on my brush and then wet my brush with it. From swatching these shimmers, they are very, very soft. So I'm interested to see how they perform on the eyes. So just packing this all over that open space, trying to be as precise as possible. It is definitely very pretty. I feel like they look very kind of foily, but like a wearable sort of foily finish, if that makes sense. I think they're pretty, is the bottom line. So I'm just going to put this on that open space, like I said, and then go back in with that darkest blue and blend together. Alright, then I want to take the shade Quicksilver. This one is possibly my favorite in this palette. We will see. But I want to pick this up and put this in my inner corner. There aren't many really inner corner shades within this palette. So you just kind of have to make do with what they give you. But that one is really pretty. And then I want to just show you guys. So I don't know if you can see, but there's like the little indent from where my brush was in the shade. That is how soft these shimmers are. So they're very pretty, but that's what I meant when I was saying they were soft. But as you can see, they are impactful. So I'm going to go add some mascara to this look and be right back. Alright, here is the final look. I really love how this came out. I think the shades performed really nicely together, and yeah, I love how they blended. I do wish that green matte that was in the inner corner looked a little more green. I feel like it just kind of blended with the blues a little too much, but I still think this turned out to be a very pretty look, and I'm so happy with it. So let me know what you guys think of this one, and we can jump right into the next look. Alright, let's dig into some neutrals. So the first shade I want to take is this lightest brown matte shade. This is Undead Sheriff, and I'm just picking this up on a pretty fluffy brush, and I'm going to start blending this all the way through the crease. So just want to lay this down kind of as the base for this look. A nice initial transition shade. So once again, just working on building this up and blending it out. I feel like a lot of Nomad shades, especially the lighter ones, look darker on the eye than it does in the pan, which is completely fine. I think you can kind of sheer them out if you want to, but they definitely have a lot of impact on the eye. All right, next I want to take Bandit Queen. We're just kind of going to go down this column here. And I'm going to start focusing this one lower in my crease, but still bringing it all the way across. And once again, just work on building this shadow up. I feel like these are a lot cooler toned on the eye than they also look in the pan. But they are blending really nicely together. All right, then we're gonna take Deadwood, and this is the darkest matte brown shade. And I'm going to start my focus with this right in this outer corner and kind of do little circular motions before bringing it across the crease. And once again, focusing this one just even lower, almost dragging it onto the lid as well. I just want to build up as much depth as I can with this shade, right in this outer corner especially. So next, I'm just working on bringing those matte shades onto my lower lash line as well, in the reverse order that we put them through the crease, starting with that darkest one right up close to the lash line and then working out. Just wanted to add this color onto my lower lash line. I don't always do my lower lash line because I don't always love how it looks, but I feel like I wanted to with this look. I'm kind of debating on the way I want to take this look, but this was my original plan, was to take this shade next. Picked up the wrong brush with that one. We are going to be picking this up on a flat kind of packing brush here. And I am going to wet my brush with this shade. These shades are just like kind of putty. It's a little weird, but I still think they're really pretty. So I'm just going to be packing this one blended right with the outer corner here. I just am hoping this doesn't get too warm toned because I feel like this crease is pretty cool toned. But I do want to use as many shades as I can for this look. I do think that's really pretty. Okay, I'm happy I did that. I'm going to blend this a little with the matte shades in the outer corner as well, but I'm liking where we're at. All right, then for the rest of the lid, I want to take this shade, and I know with the last look, I said that Quicksilver might be my favorite, but I think it might actually be this shade. It is just so gorgeous. When I swatched it, it had like different flakes of color in it. And I also think it's just going to be a very wearable shade. So I'm excited about this one. So we're just taking this right on the open space of the lid here. And then I will tap over where these two meet to blend them together a little bit. But this is going to be just a gorgeous, gorgeous everyday shade. Now I don't know what I want to do. I was going to do some liner with the Arrested Decay shade here, but I kind of like where we're at, and I don't want to mess it up by doing liner, so I might skip that step. But if you want, you can add liner to this look, but I think I'm gonna just move forward. So I want to just take a little bit of Tombstone and pop this one right in my inner corner. It's going to be a little bit more yellow tone and darker than I would like, but I think it'll work. Do I want the liner? I don't know what to do. I do like how it looks, so I think I'm going to stop. I think I'm going to add mascara, and I will be right back with my final thoughts on this palette. Here is the final look, and I think this one turned out so beautifully. I am loving that shade on the lid there. I think it is just stunning. So very happy with how this look came out. I feel like the shimmers in here are definitely kind of the standout. I feel like that's the case with most palettes, is the shimmers are kind of what make it. The mattes are pretty nice. I feel like I might have had a little trouble blending. That could just be my skin, the way they were applying today. But I feel like maybe in this look it looks a little harsh up there. But that could just be me, quite honestly. So overall, very happy with this palette. I think the theming and the color story of it is just so genius and beautiful. As you guys probably know, I'm a huge fan of Nomad, so I have been loving collecting and testing out their palettes. So let me know what you guys think of this look, what you thought of the previous look. Did you guys pick up this palette? I would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy. Let me know what else you would like to see from me. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future uploads. And with all of that said, I will see you in my next video. Bye!